Judge Joe Brown. You're getting chaotic, a little neurotic. You're feeling like you're going through life robotic. It's time to get out and get it going. Get in the mood now, get it flowing. Pogo sticks up and down in the mix when I pull this shit from a bag of tricks. If you got the music, if you got the music, everybody smoke 'em. If you got 'em, come over here and I'll spank your bottom. This beats are bionic, supersonic. Sucker to the left and pass the chronic. Let the loops put you in a trance. I can't help it if you got to dance. Well, yes, sirree, don't you worry, 'cause our music is warm and furry. If you got the music, you can make it happen. If you got the song, the world will sing along. If you got the music, you can make it happen. If you got the song, the world will sing along. It's just simple psychology. Come on and join our company. I'm not just the president, I'm the client. I'm not just the beanstalk, I'm a giant. Not like I'm better than the rest, just that the rest could be a little loose. Whoever screams the loudest knows me best. Put your hands in the air when you shake your caboose. If you got the music, you can make it happen. If you got the song, the world will sing along.
Live from the Dog the Cat Studios on the Lower East Side of Manhattan, it's On the Horn with Andrew Einhorn. Hey! Hey, everybody! It's just you and me tonight. How you feeling? I feel good. The funny thing is, I put up a painting behind me, but my head is blocking it. And it's featured in this show. You ready? Oh, snap! Actually, it's resting on the gas line of the old kitchen in my old neighbor's apartment. Anyway, that's not for here nor for there. What a show! I put so much work into this. You are going to love it, I hope. But first, let's take a step back. Let's, introduce ourselves. As you know, I'm Andrew Einhorn. This is Don't Ding Me. Don't text me, don't email me for the next hour. Well, maybe. We're about 2 months away from the election. It seems like our friend Joseph Biden is maintaining his 8-point lead over the Don Trump. And me personally, I'd like this to continue. There's not much else. I'm not going to talk politics tonight. I'm going to talk about a few little things. One, look, I bought a new microphone and I got it in white. So I like it. Now I'm more inclined to wear white or find other people that are in white and then are kind of invisible. Maybe I got every single color at one point. I don't know, maybe not. Microphones are fun. And I'm actually mixing a lavalier and a shotgun. Just, listen, technical stuff, you may or may not care, but I went through a living hell a few days ago. I did this interview with TATI from Italia, and when I went back and watched the interview, about half of it was just like no good because I got this echo. And I didn't do anything, so I'm fucking pissed off at the company, so we have to have a little back and forth. But you know what? I don't want to say it's a blessing in disguise because I'm not religious. But it forced me to rethink things and cut them down and trim them. And I had an hour and 40 minutes of interview with this woman because, as usual, I got the gift of gab. They say, we're going back and forth and la. And I was like, I got to trim this down to 30 minutes. So with a little ingenuity, which I do have. By the way, you know what I also have? A fresh haircut. And you know who did it? Yeah, that's me. What, 15 years now? It's fun. It's just like, I even close my eyes sometimes. Rip and tear. I was taught this by a famous hairstylist named Salvador, who you might have seen on episode 3. And you keep the curls. And I've noticed when you're old like me, 56, young and old, my hair doesn't really grow in the front anymore. It just comes out the back like a clown. So I'm gonna trim that clown shit. TATI is the main subject of our show. By the way, if you haven't followed me on Facebook, please do. If you want to find me on YouTube, On the Horn, I'm like 15 people away from getting the name YouTube On the Horn, but you have to find my page and subscribe. Anyway, I'm going to take a sip of my beer for a second and just chill out. I was feeling a little bit philosophical. We're all dealing with this COVID thing, and it is not fun. By the way, congratulations to Seth Meyers. I'm a big fan. He just after 5 months, moved back into the studio. So if you see him, tell him from On the Horn, I'm very happy for him. And yeah, there's no audience. Doesn't matter. His writing is good. His timing is good. He's funny. And I like that. So the other day, I was going through Hudson Yards on my way to a job. And you know, when you see it from a distance, if you're from New York, you know this. It's like the areas in the 30s on the west side. It was all empty and industrial. Now it's like monolith, 50-story buildings with angles of glass. And sure, they're a little bit innovative, which I like. But man, going through there, it was like I'm in a tunnel. And it's not fun. There's no sun. There's no sky. What the fuck? Life, you know, when you step back in this COVID time, you want to think, what is important? What are we here for? And again, I'm not a religious guy, but, you know, we're here for health and happiness and music and art and nakedness and all the things that make life wonderful. Food, was food in there? But driving through this thing, and I'm like, this isn't fun. I don't want to be in New York like this. At the same time, I was in Long Island City the other day. Same thing, building up a storm. Lower East Side by the river. They just approved some project where they can build 80-story. So we're thrusting big buildings. And I know this has always been the case in Manhattan and Brooklyn or wherever, but are you really helping us? Are you adding to the quality of life? What are we doing to make everyone's lives here now better? In addition to the future generations, which, you know, climate change and all that. I don't know. When you constantly see these big buildings going up, it's like, yeah, they're cool for 2 seconds. And then after that, that's not making my life better or yours. Hey, so on the thing of that, cut my hair, Joseph Biden, Hudson Yards, fucking hey. So this show, besides TATI, who is going to be most of the show, I filmed this band called the Pink Louds. Now, I had seen them on the Lower East Side just for 10 minutes. And I was like, whoa, you're fun. The lead singer was dressed as a woman. There was 2 other guys, and they played like, it's hard to describe, but you'll see the clip. Back to TATI. Oh, besides that, I have 3 words that I like, and I'm going to show you pictures of Guatemala that are mounted on cardboard that I've had for like 20 years. And I was like, I should hold these up to the camera. Maybe even a picture of lightning if you're lucky. All right, I'm talking too much as usual. I'm going to go to TATI, as I said, so this is a woman I met on a rooftop in 2013. Of course, I asked her to pose for me, and she did. She had a nice story about how I was only here for 3 months, and I felt a New York photographer. I might take advantage of this. And I didn't realize I was kind of her first nude shoot. So let me share my screen. I cut her into like 6 different parts. That didn't sound right. You understand. And I edited them down to like 3-4 minutes a piece. By the way, if you want to write something in the chat while I have time, I can maybe look at it and respond. And if not, then I will. Okay, let's see. I gotta play the thing and hope audio is fine. Oh my God.
Hello, how are you doing?
Good. You look fantastic.
Oh, thank you. You too.
Well, of course I do, but you look like a fashion model. The hair.
Woo! Look at that.
Fucking A. That's why I fell in love with you. It's the hair.
Oh.
Are you in Milano, Padua, Roma, Cinque Terre, Venezia, Sicilia?
I am Tuscany. Sweet, sweet Tuscany.
Tuscany's kind of like north central, south central?
North Central. So I am between two, let's say, some famous city between Pisa and Livorno, but in the coast. It's a small town called Cecina.
Okay.
And it's a really small village, seaside.
Can you tilt down a little?
A little like this.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, it's so much better. I'm just saying, a little cleavage goes a long way. Holy shit. Wow, keep going down. Let's see what happens. Can you meet your fun friend Andy?
Yes. And I'm glad to see that it didn't change. It looks the same. What are you doing? Tell me. Tell us your
Champagne, marijuana, masturbation, artista, el hump, you know, all the things that keep us young. What are you doing? Because you look even younger than 7 years ago.
No way. I used to eat a lot in this last 5 months. So I got many kilos because, I used to work as a tour guide. So between my work, I used to walk all day long in the city and Rio de Janeiro. And I stopped for the last 5, 6 months. So I just start to paint, drink, and cook. So you like to go to Vito style for a while. And then when I go back to Rio, I want to get back to exercise and whatever. And my mom is one of my biggest fans. Can you see, like, I have like canvas all around.
I do.
It's very nice. When you have family that support you.
That's one reason I wanted to have you on the show is A, we did an amazing shoot, B, you're such a charismatic, fun, lovely lady. But C, your artwork is really nice.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
I tend to like colors. I'm turned on by colors. As a matter of fact, I thought of something at the last minute that would be fun to do. I'm in a newly renovated apartment, and there's some artwork I've had that I didn't, it's for a year, it's been in like bubble wrap. I was like, oh my God, maybe I'll put and open it for the first time, and then she can say, oh, I like it, or I don't like it.
Okay, let's see. Oh, wow. Let's see.
It was an Italian painter when I was in Munich, Germany. So,
Wow. My God.
right.
Oh, yeah. I love it.
I just want to be the same painter. Oh, God, it's like taking off some. You know what I was going to do? I was going to have a party with my friends over and ask them where do you think I should put this because so many things have changed in the apartment. This going on, it was like, I think it'll match my floor.
Wow.
I'm going to give you all this.
This is beautiful. I love it.
There was two, it was a set of two, and they kind of went together and I remember looking at the different color and then going away, coming from where I'm like, this is the one, so once I make this decision, I don't know about it. Anyway, so yeah, right color.
Oh, I had such a good shoot with Tati, and I had not seen her in 7 years. So when I came on and was like, oh my God, it's really fun kind of not to see somebody because it was a total shock. Now I'm supposed to do tests and check their lighting and audio. She came in like a professional. She was lit. She was nicely framed. Her hair looked good. She had a microphone. She was ready to go. Okay. So that was fun. We're going to keep the show going. When I used to have a public access television show, as you all know, called Dog the Cat, I would cover events all over the city all the time. It was music and art and people and places and things, and there's too many to mention. But the other day, it kind of rekindled my spirit because I saw this band, as I said, Pink Clouds. They just stunned me, but you know what? The music is most important. We see on television dances and flashy shit. And, you know what? If you close your eyes, do you like the sound of the music? Because music is important. So I am going to share my screen again. Go to the Chrome tab. Oh God, I hope that audio is working on the first one. Pink Clouds 1. By the way, if I'm going to go back to the chat, if for any reason that audio didn't work on the first one with Tati, because I realized I didn't check something, it could be a problem, and that would not be good. Or you can text me. But anyway, so this is short.
This is an interview for your show?
Yeah.
Okay, then I gotta go to my cloudy voice.
You sure? You
Yeah.
can go back and forth.
No, I'm good. No, I'm keeping it cloudy. All right.
You struck me immediately as so fun, energetic, quirky. I mean, it was danceable. Obviously, you look a little different from your average rock and roll star.
Do I?
No, maybe
I was trying my best. I really thought this is how you do it.
Describe to a layman, someone that doesn't know your music, like how it is. 'Cause I'm sure everybody tries to
I've heard many definitions. Somebody once said we did like housewife punk. I don't know exactly what that means. I don't know if I should be insulted by it, but I'll take it. It's a mix of a lot of genres. It's somehow like Billie Holiday meets the Pixies, and they start a doo-wop group with a bunch of other people, and they bring in some nice Latin bands from Cuba, like Los Tajitos, for example. Si nos dejan, nos vamos a querer toda la vida.
Ay, si nos dejan, buscamos un rincón cerca del cielo.
That makes me happy on so many different levels. Tompkins Square Park is like my home away from home. I'm not sure if you've been there or not, but it's close by. It's been through a rocky past. Not that we need to go into that, but I've spent so much time there. I go by on my way home. I've filmed, I don't want to say hundreds of events, but hundreds of events there, going back to like late 90s. And I like this band. I just find them funny. And they really do mix up the sound of their music. Which, 1 minute it's romantica Spanish, and then it's like punk, and then it's whatever he gave a good description of, what was it, punk housewife? I don't know. And I liked how the fact he's like, oh, you're interviewing me? Oh, I go to my cloudy voice. So, I'm sorry, Cloudy, I like that, so anyway. All right, we're gonna go back to, you know what I'm gonna do? Because I have a sheet right here of paper right in front of me. As you know, I'm a fan of the English language, and sometimes I ask my guests to give me words that they love, or I give you words. Tonight, there's actually one word and two phrases. And I just want to share these with you because you're my audience and I like you. And I hope you like me too. One is lean into the problem. Now, this was just the other day, and I was talking to somebody about tech shooting, and they said, you know what, lean into the problem. I was like, wow, that is a fucking good one. And I leaned forward and said, problem. Now, I don't remember what I said, but it was poignant. Lean into the problem. It was like, let's take on this problem head on, but the word lean is a little softer. It's like, lean into a good forehand in tennis, lean into my love, lean into the couch. Lean in itself is a nice word. You were really big, but now you are lean. You're a lean, mean fighting machine. Step forward with purpose. It's another one. Thanks, Kelsey. Beautiful phrase. We were talking about when I was doing an earlier show, and I was kind of standing up at the island, and it was a little bit awkward. And Kelsey said, you want to do things, something to do with your hands, or if you're going to go back or forward, step forward with purpose. Boy, I'd like to say these to someone else somewhere, somehow. Dude, come on. Step forward with purpose, all right? I mean, I guess the way you say it plays a role. And then last but not least is the word steadfastness. Someone used it the other day, and that's a long one. Steadfastness. 3 syllables, but, oh man, steadfastness. Stay the course, do a diligent job, rock and roll, be steadfast. And if you do, then you have steadfastness. I guess that's a noun. Hey, what's up? Let's go right to, let's go back to the Tati, because we have a lot of clips of her. So number 2, I'll tell you in a second when I share the screen and find out what she is. It's like this is an unfolding story, And okay, so this one, I don't know, I shouldn't even bother telling you because I think it's sort of self-explanatory. By the way, as if you didn't know, this was an hour and 40 minutes of her interview cut into 20. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Tati, too, animal. Oh, hold on a second. That is not what I meant to do, but that's funny and oh well. Tati number 2, animal.
What I have is I have like 4 videos. I took you an hour and a half of footage to these guys.
Yep.
No nakedness because Facebook you can't show them, so it's very clean. But then I have the photos, and I thought we could look at the photos and describe how it felt.
Cool. Love it.
I'm gonna go right to it. And I labeled, so I'm gonna tell you the first sentence I called animal. Yeah, well, it's almost like that.
I'm really like an animal in the morning. I don't have nothing. Depends. If you're gonna sleep with someone the last night, so I just get up and say, oh fuck, there's someone on my side. And I'm like, I'm not good by myself.
Yeah.
Maybe because I'm by myself, I'm like, too many years.
Mhm.
Man, I'm so lazy in the morning, and I don't want to talk. I don't want to say nothing or get my coffee. And sometimes when
You know what I just realized? I might have done something wrong. And I'm looking for a little assistance from my people out there because I don't want the audio to be low. And I forget that I need to check something very specific. So I want to stop this and I want to do something again. And you can let me know whether the audio is better because I had to share audio. It's very specific, this whole thing with Chrome. So let me know if this is, hold on a second. Thanks for your patience. Okay. Let me know if this sounds better.
What I have like 4 videos. I took your hour and a half of footage, maybe 2 hours. Cut it down to like 4 little 1-minute things. No nakedness because Facebook you can't show nudity, so it's very clean. But then I have the photos, and I thought we could look at the photos and describe how it felt, stuff like that.
cool, love it.
All right, I'm gonna go right to it. And I labeled, so I'm gonna tell you the first segment I called Animal in the Morning.
Wow.
Yeah, well, it's almost like that, but let's see.
I'm really like an animal in the morning. I don't like nothing. Depends. If you're gonna sleep with someone the last night, so I just get up and I say, oh fuck, there is someone on my side. You know, it's like I'm not good by myself.
Yes.
Maybe because I grew up by myself and I lived alone for too many years.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm so lazy in the morning, and I don't want to talk. I don't want to say nothing before to get my coffee. And sometimes when I saw last night, I was living with a friend, and he wake up me early and asked me, "Do you want breakfast? Do you this? Do this?" Fuck you! I want to sleep. Okay, get out from my face. And I realized, oh my god, I was so rude. But it's okay. It's like it's 7 o'clock in the morning, and you asked me you went to sleep like around 4. I
Really?
just want to sleep.
Yeah, if I went to bed at 4, I need to
You
sleep till
want
noon.
something? Go to buy your breakfast, and of course, bring something to me.
If you want to go get your breakfast, of course, bring something big.
Oh, I cut away a little bit too fast. All right, this helps. Thanks for your input. I realized that I have to check something and then uncheck something and then lower the volume. Sometimes when there's an echo, it's because my microphones are picking up the volume from that. But I want to make sure that that volume is good. So, I think, do we go back to, I did my words. Oh, should we go to the pictures? Because I like to keep this rolling. Or should we go to pink clouds? I don't know. I'm having fun with Tati. I feel like maybe we could go right into the next one. And I'm going to look to see what it is and then hopefully give you a little insight as to, hold on one sec. Tati 3 Brazilian. I think this is where she talks about her background. I kind of took things out of order. You know, I wanted to feature her art. By the way, and I know I tell you she's a painter and we talk about different things and I show you my art, but in the end, I am going to show you her work, which I really like. So stick around and then, find her on Instagram and tell her you saw her on the show and you like her work or hate it and that you'd like to buy some. Okay, that's checked. That's checked. Tati is Brazilian and rock and roll. After I hit the word play.
Yes, I'm Brazilian. I was born in Rio de Janeiro. And then when I was 9 years old, I moved with my family in Italy. First in Italy, in Tuscany, then in Rome, and then I moved also to Switzerland. And then I moved back to Italy, and then to London, to New York, and Barcelona. I'm still very in love with Rio de Janeiro. And we have such amazing culture and history and much more than we can share, like all the beautiful nature. That's also, it's another important fact. They are trying to destroy it during these days. I think the best part of Brazil is the Brazilian people. Rio is like the New York City, just to make you understand.
So I just wanted to say really quick, as I said before, when I had this horrible echo problem, it kind of changed the way I thought. And I suddenly thought, you know what? I have this 5-minute segment of her looking and talking about the pictures, which is good, but it's so long. And I was like, what can I do? I'm just going to take some music and condense it. I'm happy to know whether you like it. And it takes me back to my dog and cat days, so I really like it. But I left our pictures so you can see her looking and reacting. And you can see that we're talking to each other, but it's just music. So I kind of just wanted to let you know what was happening there. And come on. Listen, we're all a fan of what we do, but I'm my biggest fan. I just love that. That was the very beginning of our shoot. It was like in a kitchen. She said to me, I said, what can I bring over? Champagne, olives, bagels, Lower East Side stuff. Bring vegetables. I'm going to cook or something. I'm not trying to be derogatory in my Italian accent, but she has actually Brazilian. Yeah, Brazilians, Portuguese, and Italian. So sorry. Listen, lean into the problem, step forward with purpose, and be steadfast. Love that. Okay. All right, ready? Rock and roll. You having fun? You sitting down? Because I love it. I love talking to you. As you know, I've been doing this scanning project my entire life in film and slides and everything. So I'm currently doing Guatemala and Indonesia black and whites, but unaffiliated, I happened to find this stack of prints that I mounted, like a Canadian Mountie. And I'm not sure, I have so much stuff. I'm like, well, what am I going to do with this? Should I auction it off? Should I throw it out? I don't know. But I was like, I'll put it on the show and I'll talk about it because people like when I talk about pictures. So this is a lake in Guatemala called Atitlan. And I had friends that were very wealthy and had a house there. Travel photography, it's the cooler the place, the easier it is. I mean, it's hard not to make great pictures. It's kind of one of the reasons that I went to people and portraits, because I had to differentiate myself. Hey, there's a smiling kid with a monkey. Hey, there's people doing this. It's a romantic couple, blah, blah, blah. So this is a lovely picture. It's with a long lens. It's sunrise on a lake, and I like it, but I feel like it's something other people could do. Now, that being said, what makes my work better, or what I'm able to do, is use my personality maybe to get in or make people feel comfortable, and that counts for something. We're still in Guatemala. I know we're getting a reflection, but these are 3 kids in a small town with a pooch. You know, the dog helps to make it for me. And this is the old detail, as we say it. I think they're eating some kind of local fruit. But I like the fabrics they have. They're very colorful. These are black and white. So they're not all Guatemala. Out of nowhere. So this was an assignment for the Philadelphia Inquirer about a dog bath. And I'm shooting pictures from afar. And all of a sudden I was like, hey, and I remember this from 1987 probably. Let me get a close-up and just a little trip on the pooch, who looks a little bit nervous, but boy, he's going to be happy soon because he got a flea bath. Oh, God, anybody can take this, but this is Guatemala. I was in a place called Tikal, which had recently been discovered, so they said. I mean, it was like, it was buried in a rainforest. They're like, oh, there it is. Yeah. This is also featured in one of the Star Wars movies. There's a cutaway shot, and it's not that building, but there's another one. And I was like, I've been there. I shot pictures. And here we have more women, men, kids against a wall, looking not very happy. This is a funeral. Long lens on this one. Guatemala. Yeah, funerals. Yeah. Tough light in the middle of the day, which normally this one I call Oy vey. So I don't know what was happening here. Woman in a market. I think this was in Chichicastenango. I'm sorry about the reflection. And I know I focused on my face, so I should probably hold it back here. But then, come on, cute kid, doorway, a little chicken over here. Ah! Wide angle lens on that one. Sad. We're still in Guatemala as a kid sifting. That's a lot of trash. That's a lot of trash. So, I don't know. Journalism is like, it can be sad stuff. It's war and famine and strife. God, they should really step forward with purpose. This one I'm not calling Oy vey, but actually he didn't, he doesn't look that happy, but I have another shot of the woman behind looking at him adoringly, like, yep, that's my father, and he's been a great guy. So this has nothing to do with anything, but this is one of my first models that I ever photographed, and it's at the Philadelphia Art Museum. In the back, I call her Tammy Blue Eyes, because I don't know if I ever got her name. When I do my stage show, she's an integral 3-minute part, because she was wearing a blue jeans jacket and a tank top. And then I said, oh yeah, let's take off the blue jeans jacket. She took it off, and she was a very healthy woman and had no bra, and it was like, bam, this light went off. I was like, wow, I am photographing Farrah Fawcett back in the day. This one I call Kid in the Basket, as you would too. I wonder if he was really in the basket or behind it. I think he's behind it, but he looks like he's in the basket. Oh, this is a trash strike in Philadelphia. I was in my journalism days, and I'm like, I'm going to go down to Center City and shoot. And it really was trash piled high. Then I did self-portraits where I had a flash, and I ran in and I ran out, so because it's all about me. Back to Guatemala, they were like taking a bath in a mud puddle. Last but not least, and again, these are just like 15 pictures of 46,291.3. This is from my journalism days. I had an assignment to photograph an important lacrosse match. It might have been a state tournament. And it was in a misty, foggy rain. It was very warm. And as I'm leaving the field, I turn around and I see the way the lights are hitting the rain. And this kid walking off, and the women, of course, an umbrella. And I was like, click. And I took a picture, and the women turned around. And like, photographers here. Yeah, what's up? I was like, one frame. That's all it takes. Was that fun? I don't know. I know you like when I share my work. I have a lot. I could go back. I got to tell you, like, after not seeing a lot of my Indonesian, Guatemala black and whites, because they're in negatives and I hadn't scanned, there's some fucking awesome pictures. One day I'll have, I don't know if it's a book of everything I've ever done or the travel stuff. All I'm saying is there's some nice shot, including cockfighting, no pun intended, like the chickens, where the guys, it's like a huge circle of people and they're holding the chickens up. Everyone's like, oh, I bet $2. And then, and then one gets killed. Okay. Let's go back to Tati, right? Keep this ball rolling. Let's see, we did the animal. We did Brazilian. So she is a painter, as I said. And she told me a story about how she really got into painting because she had an acid trip. That's a pretty good story. So you're sitting down, you ready to go? I gotta check the audio. Ooh, snap. Hold on. Very important. Share screen, Chrome tab, share audio. Always share audio. I don't know why you wouldn't share audio. Why do you wanna, I guess if you wanna play something, hey, I'm gonna show you my website, but no music. Acid trip, hell yeah. So then, here's another one. I was actually in Cuba in 2003. Don't tell the American government. Oh, after I show some art. I forgot. Oh my God, I totally forgot about this. On the back side is like a drawing. I guess. Sorry, so brief timeout. Yeah, she does talk about the acid trip, but this was a really fun thing. I was very happy that I suddenly thought, what can I do with this woman? Oh my God. And I do have artwork, by the way, including that one, which you'll see. And then there's another one over there, or whatever. You'll see in a minute. It's my Picasso from Cuba. So I thought, what a great idea to take it out and just have her give her opinions. And Tati makes very colorful, abstract art, which I really like. I'm really turned on to color. It's just a visceral reaction, light, orange, yellow, pink. So I thought she would be good to film and then give her a reaction, just letting you know that's what happened. How's this go? This isn't good. Jewish Star. How's the audio? Pretty good? How you doing? Good afternoon. This is the halfway point of On the Horn with Andrew Einhorn. Next up, Tati, looking at Andrew's artwork, which was in bubble wrap, and talking about her acid trip. Come on, baby, play. You artists do. Sometimes you draw on one side.
Oh, yes. And sometimes you change, and sometimes you finish a Canva, and then like after months, oh, this is amazing. Who's the artist?
Yeah, I told people this was like, oh, speaking of Picasso, I go, this is my fake Picasso. And then people said, you know that Cuban artists did this first. Or they're like, this is not imitating someone. This is kind of like original. So, let's see. Again, I like the colors. I think there's, yeah, the orange and the pink. It's abstract, but.
Wow. I love this one.
Oh,
many faces.
But I was in the meat packing area, and there was a guy like selling more to tourists, like doing New York landscapes. I think it's up the new World Trade Center. So it's a little bit darker.
That's nice. This is amazing, but like, wow. The third one is like, oh my gosh, I love it. I took part with you in some new decoration.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Oh, I knew you were going to like it all. What are you going to say? Ew, that sucks. But
I can say it. If I don't like it, I will say it.
I'm really just doing this because I hope you'll just send me a piece of art. Oh, thanks for putting it on the show. Here you go. Here's because I really do. I like the colors. You can see from what I like, and when we show your work, at least I know maybe when I met you, the colors and the vibrancy. Maybe you were happy when you painted those because they make me happy.
Oh, yes.
Let's see. Let's go write something else. Let's
see.
And also, like, something strange happens in my life at that moment. And during the same night, I took a trip, an acid trip. And I was high like for 8 hours. This was my contact with the colors.
Oh.
I started to paint that night. I never painted before. It's incredible how one night can change completely your life.
So early, the coming out of the hair is such an important step in our relationship. Oh my God.
What is really important in a relationship?
I'm crying.
Oh, that was nice. It's fun to make her laugh. It was fun. She took out her hair, and I was like, oh, it's such an important step in our relationship. She seemed like that. By the way, hey, it's the cutaway camera. I haven't used that. Well, the framing looks a little bit off. Oh, look, it shows the whole set. There it is. We got a glass, that's a beer. We got the telephone. We have, every time Donald Trump lies, this goes off. God, he's still lying. What a piece of shit. Anyway, sorry if you're a fan. It's fine. My friends in Vermont, New Hampshire. Yeah, I don't know, guitar. Oh, so look, in the back. Just going to show you. So that's the that's where I put the Picasso. It's on the wall in the back. Can you see that? Yeah, and it's got a specific light for it. So very happy. That wall eventually might get a different piece of art because when I renovated the apartment, we kind of made a spot. It might go all the way down to the floor. My architect said you should have a long black and white to contrast with a color, maybe like a Japanese garden scene. I was like, really? But for now, Picasso. And then behind me, where the that's not staying there. I saw a picture of an elephant. No joke. Just such a striking picture of an elephant straight on with and it had depth. What I like about art, especially on certain walls, is when you can't see my other works where there's depth. So you have something in the foreground because that's what depth is. But it makes you feel like the wall extends or you're looking back, another way. It's depth, underrated artistic movement. You got to step forward with purpose. Is that a guitar? Let's see. It probably is. That one. Oh, I moved the thing. Well, you get it. Yes, it was a guitar. Salvador bought that, and it hangs here. And then anybody that plays the guitar, if you want to come over and play guitar, sure, come over and play guitar. Woo! Having such fun, such steadfastness. What do you want to do next? Let's see, it's 9:40. I could play my Dog the Cat theme film because I love that. It's just, it might be out of place, but let's see. Oh shit! Wait, I got to do it with. Hold on a second. God, always remember you have to check this share audio. Why StreamYard by default leave share audio checked, and then we can decheck it because nobody wants to decheck it. This is a quick one, but it makes me happy. First, you gotta hit play. Yeah. This week I kind of ran out of time because I have, as you know, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of millions of Super 8 films spanning my New York 32 and a half years. I'm going to go back and pull some of those, Finding music is a little bit of an issue. The other night I went to YouTube and I was like, let me find something new. Oh my God, I spent an hour and a half. Jazz, blues, disco, sad, happy, introvert, extrovert, bleh, bleh, bleh. I'm lucky because that's music from a friend of mine, the Mockers and Surf Piranhas. But man, I love music, but there's a lot of shit music out there. Come on. Kelsey, I love your music and I've used yours. I've got a lot of friends. If anybody knows anybody that has music, please hook me up. I'm looking to expand my horizons. I like everything. It could be hip hop and jazz and country and bluegrass and punk. I like things with an upbeat tempo a lot. Where do you want to go next? Let me just get rid of her acid trip. We got a Throwback Friday. We got her portfolio, Pink Louds. Let's go back to Pink Louds because I just get such a kick out of them. I edited this last 2 minutes, 2 minutes before the show started. And I wish I was kidding, but I'm not. Because, so what you do is go to Chrome. You go to Pink Louds 2, you share audio. What I did is I went back and I took some of the interview, which I did at the beginning, and then added some of the music. Look how much joy that they bring to the people dancing. Such a New York thing. It makes me very happy.
I used to work in a high school, which is, it's maybe not the most appropriate place to suck people in, but it was not a conventional high school, Bushwick High School. Just censor that. Bleep. High school, and we met there. He was the music teacher, and I was the fake music teacher. He did like normal hours. I was the after school hours where we do most of the sucking. And Jesus Christ, I'm gonna get in so much trouble.
Oh, whatever. Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. We are Kim Clouds, and that was a new song called New York Wake.
East Village, old school. And of course, like Tompkins Square Park, there's like two guys on heroin kind of dancing around. One guy was like drunk and he kept walking up to the drummer, and the drummer's like, am I ignoring you? Am I playing? Do you want a drumstick? Do you want a chicken wing? I don't know what it was, but it was very awkward, and everyone, you don't want to go in and go, sir, could you not? Well, get the fuck off, man, in the music. I'm not trying to be derogatory, I'm just saying it was a little awkward, but everyone else dancing was not awkward. It was full of joy and love. So let's keep it going. Let's go back to Tati. I have 2 more videos, and we're really out. By the way, I don't have a specific guest for next week. There's a guy who's making a documentary on COVID that I'm thinking of bringing on, which is a serious topic, but I feel like it's a topic for today, right? We're living through this hellhole of COVID-19, and I'm curious as to what he would say, because I go back to China, not spiritually or religiously, but isn't that where this started? How do we prevent these things? So I'd be curious to get his take on it all. Yes, we're trying to find a cure. We got that part, but let's stop future diseases from happening. It's a very simple test because they keep happening and more frequently as we... Anyway, I'm not going to get too political. Let's go back. Wow, pink clouds. Got 2 more things and we're going to be out. I feel like this is like the end. Oh, look at this. I guess I'm Jewish. I used to have more of a crystal that I got in Mexico, Arizona, I forget. And then I lost a crystal and I put this on. So I'm not like one that's like, yo, what's up? I'm Jewish, but I kind of like it. I like the stone. And I'll probably change it soon because I have like 5 other pieces and I like to rotate them. Tati, we have Throwback Friday, and there's probably some photographs. Yeah, I think this is the second half of our shoot. Just listen to her joy and her love of our shoot. First, you gotta share the screen. Then you gotta make sure you pick share audio. Thank you. And then you have to look and see that your 1-zit hasn't gone away yet. Give it to us. You gotta start smoking again. Look at the happiness. Look how happy you are. It's a bit like after we had sex, which we didn't, but that's kind of what it looks like.
Yes, that looks exactly the same expression.
It's fun for me to look back to sometimes after not seeing things for a while. I was like, wow, good job. I was standing on something. I'm getting low. I'm getting high.
Carnival has come to town. I wanna go and see. I'm a big 16 and I've been around. They maybe got a place for me. Yeah, they're rolling through town in a dusty old caravan. And I stayed 1 week till the road calls them out of gear. There's a big fat lady with a black mustache. There's a daredevil fire-eating man. There's the pinhead triplets and the Siamese twins. There's a hopping little legless man. And they're rolling up the river through Kentucky and Ohio. They all working like a family, keeping their show on the road.
think that's me.
Oh, look this picture. Oh my gosh.
It reminds me a little, because I photographed another woman, an African American, and she lived similar to you, right next to a train stop. I mean, the balcony, the porch, where your fence is, the train was on the other side, and there was like ivy, and I had her naked just hanging there. I don't think they could see her, but it's just so funny to see a train and people, and then a culo on the other side.
I'm a big 16 and I've been around. They maybe got a place for me. Yeah, they're rolling through the town in a dusty old caravan. And they're staying 1 week till the road calls them out.
It was amazing, you know. Wow. It just had like some flashes too.
Oh, good.
I throw back on Friday.
So nice. It's a shame. Oh, audio is probably not so great over there. Oh wait, I'm wearing a glove. Could literally walk over here. Let's see what we got. It's a shame that we couldn't hear her comments because we talked about the evolution of the shoot, which for me happens on every shoot. It's like an evolving story because you got to step forward with steadfastness. One room, another room, dressed, undressed, eating, drinking, smoking. It's just it's a process, and it's a wonderful thing. If you haven't tried it, you should try it. Either you photographing someone else or me photographing you. I do couples as well, by the way. So, wow, we're down to one more thing with Tati. As I said, I am not sure about next week's guest. I have a lot of friends. I've got different artists. I've got a lot of personalities, and I feel a little bad that I've done 2 women in a row, and I'd like to be a little more PC. So let's see if this guy who is doing the documentary might be able to do it. Or I could go remote to somewhere around the world because I got people all over the place. Why am I looking at the wrong camera? Sorry about that. 9:50. All right, we're keeping it under an hour. We're going to go back to Tati, I believe, for her last segment, and that's it. I finally were representing her. Oh, by the way, the Pink Louds. I didn't get a response right away on the promotion, but PINC LOUDS. I don't know if you could look them up and maybe go to their website or Facebook or Instagram or Soundstream. Oh, you know, kids like that, and say, or buy a song or tell them that you saw them and where could you go see them. I hear that they're at Tompkins Square Park every Saturday. It seems like a lot. Our last and final segment, Tati just showing her portfolio, which, I have not really shown her work, so let's do that. We'll go to the Chrome tab. We'll hit share audio. We're gonna rock and roll. We know how to do this now. Yeah, baby.
This is like my portfolio, my online portfolio. This is actually was in New York City.
Oh yeah?
Yes, I was painting like a live painting and art exhibition contest. Yeah, this is like full of texture, you know. I love sometimes give a bit of like 3 dimensions of the painting. So using like a big quantity of paintings or other materials that glow it. Different techniques from like the first one here you're seeing like oil painting and then a graffiti wall and then acrylic with the vernice. Sometimes just the feelings that I had in that exactly moment that I'm painting. Hope that can be only one way to be happy. And then I do some body art as well, so body painting. Yes, the roots. That was like about like my roots. Put all my pain and and like my past sometimes in my canvas.
I express my anger through comedy.
This is like called ovulo, and it was about fertility because I had to have a surgery, and they take me one off, and so it was like, you put everything into your art.
Your Instagram, DIN Dindiana.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember when I just first met you, and whatever you showed me at first, I went, holy shit, I need a Araujo in my apartment.
We have to work on that. Let
Okay.
me go back to Rio, and then I'm gonna send you something.
I think that's it. I think that was perfect. I still have an hour and 45 minutes. How am I going to cut this down in half? How you're killing me. How am I going to do that?
You know, it was like a really deep, how to say, mergulhar, when you just go in the pool in a really happy time for me. New York always give me so much.
All right, gracias again.
Grazie,
Ciao.
bello.
Buonanotte.
Ciao. Buonanotte. See you.
Okay. I'm just going to leave the frame. That was a lot of work. Maybe 2 or 3 days to go through all that, and the torture of hearing that echo, which I did not include. But as I said, the yin and the yang, it forced myself to take a different look and then to condense and to just not use any of that. There was a lot of chat about a lot of stuff that I did not use. And then adding music to the visuals, which I love, takes me back to my dog, the cat days, and cutting to the beats. Did you notice that? Hopefully on the internet, there's not a delay, because it should be da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da, cut. I don't know if we're in sync. Yeah, just got me thinking, people say, why don't you go out and interview people more? That's what you used to do, and I do love that. But in this time of COVID, how can I go up to a stranger with a mask and say, can you talk about? It's just awkward, But events maybe are different. If there's any thoughts or feelings, you think, you know what, you should cover this, you should cover that, you could interview this person. If you got ideas for people, places, things that you think would be good for me to cover, I'm open to anything. Feel free to like me on Facebook. If you want to find me on YouTube on the Horn, after a few more people, I will get 100, and then I'm going to change my name to YouTube on the Horn and then put up all the shows, which I have not done yet. And I really appreciate you hanging out and sticking with me. We're at the end of the summer. We had Labor Day, which is why I figured, all right, it's after Labor Day. It's white, but it's white with a pattern. And again, I'm not sure about next week's guest, but barring any drama or tragedy, I'm going to be right back here with you. Hope you are back here with me. We're going to go out on one of these things. It's a brand, it's a banner. And I would just say, just give it a minute or 15 seconds, because you never know what Italiano sorprese. It's very good. I haven't done very much imitation of Italiano. Isn't that great? Like, she's Italian, Brazilian. The week before, I had my friend Wen, who's Taiwanese, but was living in Paris. I mean, is it the left-wing liberal Democrat in me that thinks I should dance around the world and you're going to like it more? Or, local, foreign. See you next week. This has been On the Horn with Andrew Einhorn, live from the Dog and Cat Studios on the Lower East Side. Good night. See you tomorrow. Well, actually, next week, right?
Andréa, mas Andréa é um nome de mulher, né, no Brasil. Então, o que eu acho de você? Deixa eu ver. Você é um cara muito legal, muito maluco. E eu fiquei super entusiasmada quando você me fez esse convite. Fiquei também sentindo, uau, fazer um serviço fotográfico nu, que loucura! E você foi super sincero, vi que você era super descontraído e confiei em você, né? Porque você também fica com uma paranoia. Pra chamar o fotógrafo pra vir na minha casa, aí vai tirar foto minha pelada. Como que vai ser? E deu tudo certo.
I don't know what you just said, but it's absolutely correct.
I can't help it if you got to dance. Well, yes, sir, don't you worry, 'cause our music is warm and